Good morning. It's getting real out here. It has been real, but the reality is that it's going to hit us hard. It's going to hit a lot of us, whether you are directly affected by the SNAP benefits or you just know somebody who is. This isn't a time to judge, this is a time to strategize because you cannot hurt one of us without hurting all of us. What will happen is that there will be people who will step up and make sure that people eat and that they do. That's what we as Americans do. But if we could use that same mentality and that same mindset before, and we could have voted responsibly, and we could have voted to not hurt each other, if we could resist the urge to jump on a bandwagon based on stereotypes, based on biases and prejudices that we all have, because that's why we're in this boat. A lot of people had a lot of ideas about America and how, oh, we need to stick to what it was. I want things to go back. I don't want things to change. I don't like the new things. I don't like, and all of those things are legitimate morals, values, observations for you, for your personal life. But you do not have to vote for your personal life if you support democracy. Democracy and free will, which God gave us, for those of you who are Christians, that's what you protect at all costs. You don't try to control everybody because it never will happen. Let's just say you're successful and you get everybody that's LGBT, you get them all to go in the closet. Everybody shuts up. If they're born with a male part, they act like it. If they're born with a female part, they do that. And nobody says a word. Guess what? You're still not going to be happy because the next thing will be something else. What if we say, everybody black, just don't say anything, go back to the fields. Even when we were slaves, you weren't happy. I need you to really think about this because the next things that we do as people, we really need to put more thought into it. And I know a lot of people say he stole the election, but based on the things that I'm telling you, I know a lot of people voted out of fear and ignorance, right? And out of wanting to control and not have things change. And yet we're using phones that are different. We are embracing AI, and because we don't have a choice. I mean, when we're calling companies, we have no idea if we're talking to people or if we're talking to AI, and we have to do it if we want to get things done. So if you can realize that together we're better as people, and stop trying to single somebody out because they're different than you or they think differently, because none of us have the monopoly on thinking. None of us know what to do at every time. That's why the president of the United States cannot even run the country alone, because no one man should be able to make so much trouble. That's why you have the Senate and you have the House of Representatives. And then when you have the entire time that President Obama was in office, he never had the control of, the Democrats never had the control of the House or the Senate. You know why? Because people voted to make sure he never had that. The fight for health care was crazy. And if the Democrats do not hold out like they are now, we will literally lose it. So you may get SNAP benefits tomorrow if they just give in, but then you go right back to losing something else, because ideally this person in office is only for the 10% of the wealthy. The rest of us are casualties of war where they will gladly watch our lives dwindle. So we've got to think different. And some people who really thought they were in the right tax bracket soon found out, like, hey, wait a minute, this is hitting me, and I supported MAGA. But you supported it for the wrong reasons. Anti-anybody means anti-everybody. That's why I tell you, when you hear me say Black Lives Matter and you see me post and talk about black people's problems, I'm not telling you that only Black Lives Matter. I'm telling you that all lives cannot matter until Black Lives Matter in every area, from housing, economic, from social, from mental. It doesn't matter the case. Our lives should matter and should be given thought and precedent, and not taken, snapped, and played with like we are not real people. In that same manner, whether you agree with LGBTQ, whether you like it, whether you understand it, their lives matter. Whether you agree with abortion or not, that woman has a choice. You've got to stop trying to control, because control is a cheap form of power, and it is not real power, because the minute you allow somebody to decide, you lose power. The time you know you have power is that when somebody, because power, real power is influence. Real power is authority, and that you don't even have to be around for it to operate. I said what I said. If you got to move the little thing back and listen. So I'm telling you, we got to be strategic. Your next moves have to be strategic and not desperate. Figure out ways, plan meals. Let's start bonding together. You know, those of us that don't get SNAP benefits, you know, make sure that the resources are out there. If you can't do anything but give a few cans, give what you can, plant into those who don't have, and then let's keep moving. We've got to show this fool that we cannot be divided, because we understand that we are better together. It's been your girl, Candid with Kim. Yeah, it got real. It's been real. And now it's going to hit us in ways that we were not expecting. And that's the bad part. Our thinking process is off. It's diminished. It's desperate. It's divisive. And whenever you're being divisive, you cannot think in wholeness, completion, and strategy.